Hey, how's it going everyone? This is the Anime Man. So I just want to cover this little quick piece of news and kind of give my opinion on the whole thing because there is a few more layers to this particular announcement of a live-action anime film. Yes, I know I love to talk about it and shit all over it, but hey, if they're giving me the buffet, then I'm gonna go to it and fucking make a mess at it, if you know what I mean. So if you guys don't know, a few days ago they announced the first posters of the live-action Gintama film. That's right, you heard me correctly, a live-action Gintama film. Now, I kind of made a video on this a while back when they first announced it, but I finally got a glimpse of the first looks of the posters. And well, weirdly enough, I can't really complain. If you guys don't know, I fucking love Gintama. Gintama is a series that I grew up reading and I am still reading to this day. I love the anime, I love the few movies that I've seen of it, but again, when it comes to things like live action, I always get a little bit worried. Because out of the many live action anime films that have been created, only a small handful of those have been good, decent, or even great. Most of which have just been big doo-doo burgers of work that have no privilege in staying within my memories. Now, you might be wondering, Joey, you're not gonna complain about these posters? It's a live-action Gintama. Yeah, I get that, and I honestly don't think this movie is just going to work. As a concept, I don't think it's going to work. But looking at these posters, as you can see on the screen right now, I can't really complain because when it comes to characterization at least, they're pretty spot on. I mean, the three main characters, the casting has been done pretty well in my opinion, and the cosplay effects on it are pretty similar to the original characters. At first glance, you might think this is like some kind of poster for like some kind of like cosplay event, but now that you know that it is going to be a live action, it might kind of take away from the whole cosplay-ish vibe. You know, because a lot of cosplay looks good in picture form, but when you actually see it in front of your face, it's kind of eh. Now, I've left the link in the description below to where you can see the other cast members and who they're going to be playing, and in fact which characters from the large Gintama library of characters are going to be in the movie. But I didn't make this short rant to kind of diss the posters and diss the live action Gintama movie because that's easy to do. Seeing the posters of this live action Gintama movie has actually made me realize that, oh shit, this is becoming a thing, and really cleanly links to another article that I saw, which I've also left in the description below, where there was a Q&A that the creator of Gintama, Sorachi Hideaki, was in. In the Q&A section of the volume 51 manga, Sorachi Hideaki got this question from a viewer. I have a question. A while ago, my mum heard that the Gintama anime film was a big hit and commented that, oh, Sorachi Hideaki must be living at Roppongi Hills since it's so popular. Is that true? Now, for those of you who don't know, Roppongi Hills is like the Beverly Hills of Japan, you know, because of both got the word hills in it, if you didn't get that. Now, being the owner of quite a few volumes of Gintama and every volume having one of these Q&A segments, there are a lot of the times when these questions do kind of come to Sorachi, he has this very sarcastic demeanor about the way he answers his questions. Kinda like a certain someone. But when it came to this question, a lot of people saw that he was actually being pretty serious, and in fact, he was exposing a lot of the way that anime works and the whole anime industry works, and the fact that these kinds of anime industries are really fucking creators like Sorachi Hideaki over. Now, a lot of people did in fact take his answer as a sarcastic demeanor, but a lot of people also took it as quite a serious answer, and that's the reason why it became such a big piece of news in the otaku community. Towards that question, Sorachi answers as follows. To tell the naked truth, regardless of how many people watch the film or how much the gross earnings are, not a single yen goes to the author. We are only paid an upfront licensing fee. The amount we are paid is peanuts in comparison to box office gross. The majority of the profits go to filthy, unscrupulous companies such as Shueisha and Sunrise. Releasing individual manga volumes is way more profitable. But the reason I slog to fulfill these film adaptations to the extent that I'm peeing blood is because there is a place in this world that is more wonderful than a mansion at Roppongi Hills, and that place, ma'am, is in your heart. Oh, if Gintama can reach the hearts of the masses, I wouldn't mind living in a hill made of cardboard. The authors are the only ones who harbor such honest intentions with their creations. So ma'am, if you're feeling sorry for us, don't just watch the movies, but also buy our books so that we can live in Roppongi Hills with the publishing royalties. As much as that last couple of sentences by him was, again, bringing out his real sarcastic demeanor, I can see the big issue with this. And to be honest, it's kind of fucked up, but at the same time, it's kind of unfortunate because, again, it doesn't matter how many times you guys watch the movies or buy the DVDs or buy the Blu-rays or pirate it from somewhere. shame on you. Sorachi doesn't get a single lick of that. And I think it's authors like Sorachi Hideaki who, within the anime and otaku community, is known for having this kind of sarcastic yet real demeanor about him, that he can really come out and just blatantly expose Shueisha and all these other anime publishing companies just out in the open. I mean, it was on volume 51 of the Gintama manga, and having known that Gintama is still a very, very successful manga series, that particular answer to that question has been seen by a lot of people. And so it's not just the thing that he just quietly said, you know, in a small like Reddit AMA or something. Like, a lot of his fans know about the fact that he's kind of getting ripped off by these anime publishing companies when they make these movies. Which then brings me back to the first story of this video about the live action Gintama movie. After reading that particular piece of news, I thought to myself, well, is this the same case with the live action as well? Because if that is the case, then that's also equally fucked up, especially considering that the live action is probably going to have a much larger budget, and because it is live action and will naturally appeal to more people who are outside of the anime community, it's going to bring in a lot more of a bigger audience. And that bigger audience that hasn't yet been exposed to series like Gintama, the original manga, the original anime, etc., are most likely going to be introduced to that series. But how many of those kinds of people are going to end up buying the original manga volumes, which is the stuff that is going to bring in the revenue for creators like Sorachi Hideaki? I kind of want to know your opinions about that, and also, what do you think about the live action Gintama movie? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you reckon you're going to check it out and watch it? Or do you think it's just going to be another addition to the pile of shitty live action anime movies? And yes, I know this is difficult to say, but if you can, try to buy your manga so you can support creators like Sorachi Hideaki or whoever your favorite manga author is. I understand that it might be difficult for people who are living overseas, you know, and don't have manga as accessible as me, who lives in Japan or other countries where manga is a lot more of a mainstream thing and is put in bookstores. But there are many international services that allow you to buy different kinds of manga legally and ship to you. So yes, it might cost you a little bit of money. But if you are a person who is very passionate about the manga and anime community, much like me, and wants to continue to support it and wants to continue seeing these awesome anime movies and these awesome anime series, all these kinds of different adaptations that may or may not suck, then it all starts from the beginning by supporting the original creator and letting the original creators create something bigger and greater for other people to work on. So guys, again, let me know what you thought about all this in the comments below, and while there is no release date of the Gintama live action movie yet, I'm probably going to go end up watching it like all the other shitty live action anime movies, and you may or may not see a video on that, so stay tuned for that. In any case, thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime